Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I thought I would vlog today on my regular channel just to give you guys who don't subscribe to the vlog channel an update of how it's going. If you do subscribe to the vlog channel, thank you for that. Thank you for all of you who join us on all platforms and Jim's channel, and you guys are the best. I will tell you that I'm really looking forward to doing our next live stream. Jim and I have been talking about it for over a week now, but it's probably closer to 2 weeks. Today's Friday. Yeah, so like this weekend will be like the 2 weeks we were talking about. So we think we're going to do it this weekend. But this video is going to come in the middle of like, I did 3 things in one day. I got Aldi delivery. I cooked. Oh, I did meal prep, food prep, and then I got a Walmart delivery. So I'm going to share all that with you. But first, if you don't subscribe to the vlog channel, when we have a coffee chat, we take our first sip of coffee together. So if you haven't yet, you're waiting, go ahead, take a sip. Wake up. Okay. So just wanted to give you, first of all, an update about my day and my week, and then how it's going overall in general. Not to get like super emotional in the beginning, but I just want to let you know, on March 11th was 6 months since my brother passed. And I don't know if it's just like saying that it was 6 months out loud. Oh, sorry, that's the hair. I didn't show you the hair update. Sorry. I don't know if it was just saying 6 months out loud that made me realize that 6 months, you know, it seems like a minute and it seems like a century at the same time. So I know you guys have had that kind of feeling before and you know what I'm talking about. Or some of you haven't, some of you haven't. I shouldn't say that. But I feel like even if you hadn't had the loss, you know that sensation of, of when something feels like it happened 5 minutes ago, but it really happened a long time ago, or it feels like it was a million years ago. My 10th year high school reunion, my wedding day, things like that. It's international. Oh, I have to share. It's International Delights Caramel Macchiato Zero. So good. 0 sugars. So good. Anyway, I don't know if something just flipped that day, or that day happened to be like, or around that day happened to be like a whole bunch of loving phone calls that I received from like friends and family, and just messages from you all that just like helped me turn almost like an emotional corner. The thing is, I feel so much more myself over the last 3 days, which is why I didn't want to vlog this 3 days ago or 4 days ago or a week ago, because now it's been over a week. I didn't want to vlog this then because I wasn't sure how long it would last. So I wanted to make sure that it was going to stick. And I won't tell you it's every day is 100% perfect, but there's definitely more good times during the day than not. I know, and I think I've said this to you before, and if you like don't want to watch this video, I appreciate your love and thanks for sticking around this long. But I know that my faith is grounded. Like, I know that I am a child of Christ. I know that he always has my back, and I know that with him I can get through anything. I know all this, and I did know all this the whole time. I knew that he was going to carry me through it. But while he was carrying me was really when I was the most struggling. Did I always have faith that I would be better after a while? Absolutely. 100%. Never had a doubt. Never had a doubt. Did I still feel like poo-poo, stinky poo-poo during the course of it? 100%. And you can. And that was where I was kind of like stuck. I think we did vlog one time about not the juxtaposition, but the contrasticity of like having faith as a Christian and knowing and putting all of your faith and trust in God, but also not feeling right. Like you just chemically or emotionally or it's a wound that you have to heal from. And that's really what I wanted to get to today. If you broke your leg, God would be by your side while you broke your leg, and he would be by your side while you healed. Would it still hurt while it was broken? Yes. Would it still ache while it was healing? 100%. And it may even ache after it heals. Anybody who's had an injury knows if the humidity is high or if you overstress it, that kind of thing, it'll still hurt. But it won't hurt as much as it did when you first broke it. So you know that God's with you the whole time, and you don't ever really say, or maybe you do, God, why did this happen to me? Depending, of course, on what your injury is. But while you're there, it still hurts in the moment, and you still constantly just ask and ask for help and ask for help. Just get me through this minute. If you can just help me get through this minute, get through this hour, get through this day, accomplish a task. In the very, very beginning, like I pretty much when we came home from New York, I think up until I went to New York to say goodbye, I really feel like I was kind of numb and a little bit in shock and almost like, I want to say disbelief, because my family is like a lot of teasing things. They've never teased about anything like that, but just like up to like I did say goodbye, that catharsis of closing. I didn't really allow myself to feel like, I cried and it hurt, but I was like, really, I feel like I was in shock. How I got home. Like, I still go like, how did I drive there? Like automatic pilot. How did I get home? Like automatic pilot. That's how I just felt until I got home. And then I let it all like, because I didn't have to be strong for the trip or as a driver or to get through the services. I didn't have to be as strong and hold myself together. So I allowed myself to fall apart. So it did, and that was a couple of weeks after he passed. So it just like snowballed into like, I even think the shock lasted even a little longer than that. The getting eye shots was like a big thing. After we came home from there, we started going to the doctor, and then like getting my medicines all adjusted. That was a big thing. Going to the last eye injection shot in October. That was a big thing. Like, so getting through that. So I feel like maybe in like the end of October, I just like really like let myself fall apart. It was a struggle to get out of bed. When I did get out of bed, I would just sit on the couch. When Jimmy was working, there are days where I didn't even make myself a cup of coffee until he got home because I just didn't even have the strength or energy to do that. Depression does physically manifest itself too. It's not just emotional, it physically manifests itself. So you have exhaustion and you have pain. It's really, really not something that I would ever wish on anybody, but if you're going through it, know that I have too, and not just, this is the worst bout of depression that I've ever gone through, but this is not the first bout of depression I've ever gone through. But know that you're not alone. Know that there's people out there, because that's one of the things about depression. You just feel like this is a pain unlike anybody's ever felt, and nobody can relate, and nobody knows what I'm going through, and I feel so alone. But really understand that is so not true. That is 100% not true. There are hundreds of thousands of people, probably millions and millions of people who battle depression. I don't know exact numbers, but there are probably 100,000 people who are going through the exact type of depression you're going through. Self-esteem issues, relationship issues, family issues, health issues, all of these things. There are thousands and hundreds and thousands of people doing the exact same thing as you. And how do I know this? And I'm not trying to be egotistical or anything. How do I know this? I'm not also boastful. Because I have 60,000 followers or 65,000 subscribers on this channel. And out of just the 65,000, maybe 3,000 people watch on a regular. And out of the 3,000 people that watch, I get 5, 10 comments of that they're going through the same thing. Not all of them are comments. I also get other posts and other emails and direct messages and stuff that people are going through exactly the same thing or something very similar or their own bout of depression. And if I could take that small sample and just spread it out across, then I could say absolutely 100% there are that many people going through the struggles that you're going through. So I did mention not being able to get out of bed. I am not in bed because I can't get out of bed. I'm actually back in bed purposefully to vlog with you guys in coffee chat. I wanted to, yesterday I did a lot in my room and I just like want to enjoy it right now, like spa-ish. Does that make sense? Like I'm up and I cleaned my bathroom and I did the dishes and I cleaned the kitchen because we did a lot of cooking yesterday. So I had a lot of cleaning to do today. I made my coffee obviously because it's here. And then I just like got back in bed and I sat up and I wanted to talk to you guys. First, I put together my new tripod that I got like for Christmas. I know it's March. Today is my sister Alicia's birthday. Happy birthday, Alicia. She is definitely somebody that I've always looked up to and really wanted to emulate. Really all of my sisters in some way have some aspect of the person that I always wanted to be. So I am very grateful to be on this side of it and for over a week now. Today's the 19th of March. Really a week today is really how I feel. So I wanted to come on here and share with you. I feel super creative. I, for the first time in a long time, feel super creative. The thing is, right now, and I'm not making excuses, right now, what I have got to do is start journaling the ideas. Because right now, I sit down at the table and it's a flood of overwhelming. Where do I start? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my notebook and I'm going to start just throwing down my ideas. Once I have my ideas down on paper, it makes it a lot easier to organize because I can look at them and say, what do I need for this? Okay, that's easily accessible. That's a fast craft. That's 20 minutes. That's 30 minutes. That's going to take 2 days to dry, whatever it is. And then I can organize and plan a little bit better. Like I've mentioned before, I just have not felt it. I've just not felt it at all. I also wanted to thank the person, and I don't remember who it was, so forgive me. I'm terrible with names my whole life, so forgive me. Who said, get dressed. Don't just stay in house dresses all day. I have been. The last couple of days, I've been getting dressed. I've been getting out. The weather was crud, so I'm okay with not doing that. But I will tell you, just for laundry purposes, we already have a lot of laundry because Jim likes to change his clothes like 3 times a day. He puts on fresh pajamas when he goes to bed at night. Then he takes them off and puts them in the wash, which, okay, that's fine. Then he wears his work clothes, and then he comes home and puts on like house pants or whatever. Now, then he changes into fresh pajamas when he goes to bed at night. Okay, so that's like 3 times. However, if his after work clothes, he chooses like the wrong temperature, like maybe he thinks he's cold, so he puts on sweatpants. Well, then he'll change his pants midnight because, and everything goes back into the laundry. So as it is, it's a funny thing. It doesn't bother me. He does the majority of the washing and drying. I just do the separating and folding, but I just think it's hysterical. And if I got dressed every day too, it would be like, who's doing this wash twice a week? So, but I have been, and it does make a difference depending on my mood. Some days I need that, like, just get dressed and do it, do the things, put on your big girl panties and just do like, so you feel like you're ready to go. Well, the other day we went out and it was a lot of fun, and we went and picked up the Walmart groceries and we ran like all the errands. We went to CVS, we went to Starbucks. I finished the rest of my Christmas Starbucks gift cards, which was amazing. Thank you all for all of your love and generosity, and those of you who want to remain anonymous, those of you who I've hopefully thanked in person. Just all of that. And my mother-in-law, she gives me a nice gift card for Starbucks at Christmas time too. But anyway, so we went out for Starbucks, and I said, I feel like we went somewhere else besides just Starbucks and CVS. We went somewhere first. Getting old. Getting old. Oh, we went to go get gas. Oh, like that's like a big thing. But it's just that little bit of like running errands and getting out of the house. And I'm still not comfortable with like sitting in restaurants. And I'm still not comfortable with, shopping in stores. But being out in the world, like my doctor recommended back in December to sit outside for at least 10 minutes every day. And obviously there are days where it's way too cold or way too rainy or dank or gross to sit outside. But any day that there's the slightest bit of sun, even if it's overcast, I'm out there, like I'm sitting on the porch. Usually what I do is I try to, like, if I get the mail or I check the mail, sometimes the mail's not there. If I go to check the mail, I will just like have a seat on the porch, which reminds me I have to change the pillow covers. Anyway, squirrel. So I could just sit on my nice chairs that I got. If you're interested, the Bry Lane catalog has a king size direct. It's basically the king size direct catalog, but Bry Lane Home has like plus size furniture, like heavy duty. These chairs are super wide and hold 450 pounds each. They come with ottomans, and the ottomans hold 150 pounds each, which I don't have the ottomans out because the way my porch is situated, they would just be in the way. But anyway, so I've had them forever. And I love them. So anyway, I just go out and I sit out there, and I just enjoy. I just sit and I look at the traffic and I watch. Sometimes the kids are playing in the street, and sometimes somebody's walking their dog or going for a walk or a jog, which I felt like then I started to be like, I want to go for a walk. Back in August, Jim said we were going to go for more walks. And when I was away, he went for walks. And when I came home, he didn't want to walk anymore. So I said to him, I'm like, it's getting warmer. Can we go for walks? And he's like, yeah, I'm working more hours now. And, but I don't need him to go for a walk. I can go by myself. And I might. And I probably will. I just don't know when or where or how. Now, the reason I say what or where or how is because even walking around my house is hills. My house is got like, it's lower on that side. It's lower on that side. It's lower on that side than it is on that side and in the front. So, it's like even walking around my house, if I decide to do that, it's got hills in it. My neighborhood has hills in it. So, I would prefer a level playing field when I first start. So I think I wanted to go to the Memorial Park. Memorial Park's pretty cool because it has like a small arch walk of like, they have a memorial for one single memorial for each war. And then they have a bigger walk that has like individual memorials and then benches that people donate with a family member's name on it. So as my stamina starts to build, because we've done this before, as my stamina starts to build, I'll get to the bigger walks and stuff. So I like that idea. And that's not very far. It's like 2 minutes away from here by car. So, like, okay, don't make excuses, just get out and do it. So I'm trying not to, and that's another thing. So, I feel very up. That's also another thing. The cleaning, the redecorating, the things that I am looking forward to. I'm looking forward to things. That just hit me. Because I really feel like I haven't been looking forward to things in a very long time. But I'm looking forward to things again, which is great. Yesterday we did a ton of stuff, as I mentioned. I made homemade corned beef hash with the leftover corned beef and potatoes from St. Patrick's Day. I meal prepped some sausage and pepper pasta with spaghetti squash, which was amazing. Made a couple of loaves of banana bread for Jim. Made like the Cool Whip pudding dessert thing for myself. Just really we started cleaning the bathroom yesterday. I pulled out all of the red stuff. And I know we just had St. Patrick's Day and this stuff was still out since Valentine's Day, but hey, got to do what you can do when you can do it. And this is when I could do it. So, yeah, I finally like really mopped the floor. I did that today. So yesterday, and sometimes cleaning is like that when you have limitations or physical disabilities. So yesterday what I did was I pulled up all the dirty rugs and the towels and I washed them. And they weren't going back down. So I could have really just kept going, but I didn't. I got tired. I still wanted to take my shower last night, so I didn't like overdo it because I knew that shower was going to be energy. So and then I slept on wet hair, which is why it's like sticking out of it, but it's okay. I love it. If you guys are interested, I love my hair, and if you're interested, I cut it myself. I don't know if you guys know that I've been doing that for a long time. This is the first time I've ever gone this short by myself, but I just love it. I love the freedom. I love not having a tight ponytail in the top of my head all of the time. I love that I can clip it back if I want to, wear it over my ear, wear it behind my ear, wear it down, wear it up, stick it up. I can't wait to get some product and just make it spiky. I know, I'm so Kate Gosselin, 2003 or whatever she was. Anyway, I digress. Squirrel. Maybe I need more coffee. Take another sip. I tried to be silly and I almost spit coffee all over my clean bag. For the first time last night, since I moved in, I took a shower at midnight. When we first moved in together, I ran the tub in the middle, I guess it was like 12:30 at night. And the next day, my mother-in-law just was like, not, and I'm not getting on my mother-in-law, but my mother-in-law was like, I can hear the drain. It woke me up. Da, da, da. I was like, okay, so I'll just shower early in the evening. But I have always been a like shower, throw pajamas on so they're sticky and then get in bed kind of thing. So I've just loved that. That's my thing. I just haven't been able to do it since we moved in. But I did it last night. I let her know and I said, I'm going to take a shower at midnight because for those of you who aren't interested at all, I'll tell you anyway. Jim and I love superhero movies and we've loved the Justice League, the original theatrical version, but the original director who had to leave because of an emergency in his family. Somebody else finished it. Well, he now finally was able to make his epic saga. It really what it was. It was really good. He had all these extra edits in it and the music. It just really was like I felt like it was a saga. A lot of times you would think like, why is this extra? Why is it 4 hours? But it was 4 hours. And it wasn't as light it wasn't as lighthearted as like the original theatrical cut, because you could just tell the different tone of the two directors. But it was we really liked it, but it was 4 hours. So we started it at 8:30 and Jim had to get up for work this morning. And I was like, what time do you want to go to bed? It's like, I want to be bed by 12, asleep by 1. And I was like, okay, so if we start this at 8:30, it'll be over at 12:30. That'll give you like 30 minutes to fall asleep. Can you do it? And he's like, yeah, I guess. So at midnight, I said, I know the movie was still going. And I was like, I can't take my shower at 12:30. I'm going to jump in the shower now. You finish watching the movie. I can always watch the end by myself tomorrow or whatever. But we ended up like, he was up and folding clothes and it was just like a whole thing. So the reason I'm mentioning all of this was because we had washed the gray sheets that were on the bed, and I had like a talk with him, like almost like, and I saw the light bulb go off in his head because I said something. I'm like, he had finished all the laundry because he had 2 days off in a row, and I encouraged him that don't bust your butt to get it all done in one day. We can take our time. We do other things. So we had 2 days off, and we didn't do any folding or anything yesterday. So all the laundry was like needed to be folded last night. So we washed the sheets on the bed, and he's like, I'm just gonna put them on the ottoman at the end of the bed. And I was like, hold up, brother. Earlier, when we went and redid the bed, I straightened out the ottoman. We purged a bunch of stuff. I know I don't share everything I purge with you guys. I know a lot of people think I have a lot of stuff, but it's not, to me, it's not about how much stuff I have. It's about how much stuff I got rid of already and what I'll use and what I won't use. I mean, that's really what it's about. It's what I like. What sparks joy? I have a lot of joy. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, so I just have these perfectly cleaned off. And he's like, let's just put the sheets on there. I'm like, dude, can I just ask you a question? And please don't take this the wrong way. Don't you ever just want to finish everything? Don't you just want to be like, go to bed at night with the list checked off? And he's like, yeah, I do, actually. He's like, you're right. So then he was joking, throwing all the pillowcases at me. And I was like, just help me fold, because it's king size sheets. So I was like, just let me fold the sheets and I can do the rest. So he did, and he's so sweet, and we got it done. And I was like, I put my head down and I was like, oh, I feel so accomplished. I got so much done today. It was such a good day and such a good 2 days. And just, like amazing. I just feel amazing. And I kind of mention it because, not kind of, but I mention it because, do I feel amazing because I did amazing things? Or did I do amazing things because I feel amazing? Yeah, that's what I have. I don't know. So maybe both. Maybe that encouragement of feeling a little better makes you do a little bit more, which encourages you to feel a little better, which makes you do a little bit more. So it's possible. Either way, I'm fine. But just, I also, we got our second stimulus money. I think I mentioned this in the Aldi haul. We got our second or third or second half of our second, I don't really know how it goes, the next stimulus package. We got our stimulus money. We got a few things like paid off totally. Actually, quite a few things paid off totally. We were able to get groceries, able to get caught up on bills. We were able to like do a little extra, which really what it's about. It's not just about paying your bills or putting in the savings account. It's about stimulating the economy or getting caught up because of your situation. So don't feel bad if you didn't stimulate the economy because you were paying bills, because you haven't paid bills. That's the same. Just know that. I was surprised by a few different companies that, like, during the pandemic, like, I got an email from a restaurant today and be like, we miss you. You ever coming back? I'm like, dude, what is going on? Like, even if I haven't been there in a year, which I guess it could be just auto-generated, it's been a pandemic. It's what? You haven't even been open fully with seating. Like, what are you bothering me for? So, yeah, I laugh, but it's true. But we feel really good. I feel just really accomplished. I am so dying to just get in this corner of the bedroom. I like, we did the ottomans, we did Jimmy's side. I just have this pile of stuff. I will tell you, I know everything that's in there. It's just a matter of like getting it reorganized. I have boxes to ship out, which I will be able to afford to do now. Which is yay. I have boxes to ship out. I have presents to put away from Christmas, but you know, I wasn't feeling it, and it's okay. I would look at them every day and be like, I should put that stuff away, but I'm not feeling it, and that's okay. You have to give yourself grace. And I just realized I don't have my headphones in. So hopefully you guys have been able to hear me this whole time. But you got to give yourself grace. If God gives you grace, and God is God, why can't you give yourself grace? If he can see fit to forgive you for feeling the way you feel, why can't you do that for yourself? If he can forgive you for not being able to get out of bed because you're sad, do it for yourself. Like, who are you to not like, if God can do it, you know, like, you can do it. I'm just saying. I feel that way about each other too. It's like, if God forgives you when you ask for forgiveness, why don't we forgive each other? And a lot of times forgiveness isn't about the person and the deed that they did. It's about you and letting go. I'm not asking you to forget, and I'm not asking you to reconcile your relationship the way it was. I'm just saying forgive. There's a difference. You know, I forgive you for your transgressions because that's about me holding on to stuff and not you and having the transgressions. And that's okay. And that's okay. Where did this go? It was about like what's happening. So it's a long vlog. I don't care. I miss you guys. I feel like I want to talk. You got a problem with that? I usually don't do long vlogs on my main channel, just long vlogs on the coffee chat. So, cheesy thumbnail. I know that I'm encouraged by my friends, and I know that I'm encouraged by, like, Mary is an encouragement. She goes through, like, again, I'm like 20% of what she's going through. And she still manages. And my Finding Joy project, which I mentioned in the vlog channel, every night, I decided every night to lay my head down on the pillow. And if the moment of joy throughout the day did not pop right immediately into my head, I went and I searched for it because I wanted to make sure that I found the joy in each day. Because that's the kind of person that I've always been. And where did that person go just because she was sad? And, you know, it was harder to do, but I did it. And it's important. Just like doing a gratitude project. If you've never done a gratitude project where people have done 365 days, they start anytime really, but a lot of people start on January 1st and they do 365 days of gratitude. I like gratitude when I start November 1st and I do like till Thanksgiving. I've done that gratitude project a couple of years. But just finding what there is to be grateful, you know. You see people whose children have cancer and you're like, oh, of course I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I have healthy children. Not me, but people could be. I'm grateful that I don't have cancer. This poor little child is battling it, and I'm grateful I don't have it. And if I ever do have it, hopefully I have the courage to battle it like this small child. That kind of thing. So it's just easy. It's easy because, you know, I mentioned it before when we were growing up. You know, we didn't have a lot, but my mom always pointed out all the people who didn't have what we had. You know, my parents owned their own home, or at least had a mortgage. And the mortgage was always the first thing to get paid because my father always taught me, you'll always have a roof over your head, whether or not you don't have anything else. The lights might be off and the water might be off, but the roof's not going anywhere, kind of thing. But there are people who didn't own their own homes and didn't have a car and couldn't drive and were on social assistance and welfare. And then we realized how much we did have. You know, making sugar and white bread sandwiches, Julie. We had sugar and white bread sandwiches. There are people who didn't have that, you know. We talk about jam sandwiches. Just take 2 pieces of bread and you jam them together. But there were people who didn't have that. I'm grateful. I was grateful. It was easy. It was easy. It was also easy to be reminded of how much you didn't have, especially living in a more affluent area where, you know, when Walkmans came out, for those of you who are young, I'm kidding. So when Walkmans came out and it took you, I don't know, what did it take me? Almost a year's worth of saving up babysitting money to get a Walkman, like my first Walkman, because I was responsible for paying a bill. My parents always said, when you get a job, you know, you can contribute, and then you learn to manage your money that way, and that kind of thing. And it was a really good lesson. It was really good, actually. Yeah, it really was. Things they didn't do, like my friends taught me, was about like getting a bank account. Oddly enough, you know. Yeah, so anyway, I had intended to come on here and tell you guys that I am doing great. I 100% have sad memories and sad moments, and I try to instantaneously replace them with happy ones. And though happy moments, happy memories make me sad too, they're still happy memories. And it's something about like what the endorphins do to your brain. Sure, the medication helps. but yeah, it's, you know, it's just an amazing feeling to be back to normal ish. Best way I can. So I look forward to sharing more and more with you guys. I love you. Thank you so much for all of your love and support during these times. You guys have been amazing. And as always, you take care. God bless, and we'll see you next time. Bye.